I'm Tiffany Watson, Director of the Edward J. Lewis II Lawyers in the Classroom program. Thank you all for joining us. Today, we'll hear from attorney Kyle Sullivan about his volunteer experience and why he volunteers with the Lawyers in the Classroom program. Welcome, Kyle.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me. First off, I come from a teaching family, a lot of teachers in my family, so I've always kind of had, I like doing it. And I wanted to give back. It was important to me when I was younger, when I would meet people I met lawyers or people would come into the classroom. And I just remember the effect it had on me, kind of leading me into this career path. So I hoped by giving back a little bit, it would propel some grade schoolers to want to go into the law, politics, want to get back in public service. The lesson was called No Cars in the Park. It was a lesson kind of detailing what the letter of the law is and the spirit of the law. And so I taught that because actually that was one of the first kind of little modules that we did in law school. And I got a kick out of it. And I thought it was important because it was something that I struggled with for a long time, and still lawyers all struggle with is, what does the law say and what does it really mean? And I thought it was it's a simple lesson to teach, but also has so much complexity that I thought would be a nice way to introduce these kids to the law. And kind of, it's an easy lesson, but there's a lot to it. So that's why I chose it. I think that lesson was critical thinking. I think that was the most important skill, to look beyond the surface level of the problem and kind of to think about the deeper meaning of what they're trying to do with the law. And I think it was fun to kind of see the kids by the end of the lesson kind of catching on to what the purpose was, and to actually be thinking about. So the end of the lesson entailed asking them, how would you rewrite the law to make it better? And at least for me, I got a kick out of seeing just in the short, 45 minutes to see how they grew a little bit. And they were thinking about it in a much deeper way to write it better. So I think that's what critical thinking is, what they gained from this lesson. Obviously, giving back. I just, grew up being taught you have to give back to the community. So that's how I benefit from it. Just seeing, the delight in these kids' faces. When you talk to them and you treat them like an adult and you work through it with them, seeing their eyes light up is a great benefit. And also for me, I think as a lawyer, being able to simplify, to be able to teach and put things in simple terms benefits my own work. Lawyers get stuck in legalese, and just to be reminded that, hey, the law is for everybody and it needs to reach a wide audience, and to kind of boil stuff down benefits me professionally as a lawyer. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but at the end of the lesson, we asked the kids to rewrite the law. How would you do it to better reflect both the letter and the spirit of the law, and to see their answers and the excitement behind the answers and their willingness to kind of defend it. That to me is cool. I love that, how they were taking part of it in it and they were excited to do it. And it makes me excited to do it too. If they're, if they show a willingness to learn, I'm willing to go the extra mile. So I think that to me makes me want to do it more, makes me excited to do it. So that was my favorite part.
Thank you, Kyle, for sharing your thoughts and for being a part of the Lawyers in the Classroom program. If you would like to learn more, please go to www.chicagobar.org/chicagobar/LIC. Thank you.